video, I want to revisit the subject of motivation and how many of us have said, oh, I just can't get motivated to do this or to do that. And just take a second to think what motivation is all about. And it is a very close cousin to willpower, which I've spoken about in a previous video. But motivation is about being able to do something that you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. But that's the key. So people have said to me, oh, well, I wish I could be motivated to go to the gym. My brother, sister, friend, they get up an hour early. They get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and they do an hour in the gym before they come to work. They're so motivated. I wish I could be that motivated. And I then say, well, do they like going to the gym? And they go, yeah, they love it. I said, well, that doesn't require much motivation. If you're doing something you love, then you don't really need to be motivated to do it. But you're always going to need some level of emotional effort or intensity to get you to do something you don't want to do. And trust me when I say, I very often get on the exercise bike indoors when I don't want to, because it's raining outside, because I love being healthy. It's absolutely essential for me. But it's that first minute or so that requires that emotional intensity. And I know that neurologically, as soon as I start moving my body, I'm going to produce all of these lovely neurotransmitters that will make me feel better. And the more you do it, the less of that emotional energy it takes to get started. So the best analogy I can give you is, imagine a spaceship. Now, when a spaceship takes off, the amount of fuel required is absolutely off the scale. To get that spaceship from static, imagine how much it weighs, to even an inch off the ground takes so much effort. So let's say that's equivalent, the fuel is motivation. That's the energy of motivation. So when you're doing something for the first time, it does feel emotionally heavy to make yourself do it. And you might have all sorts of fears and concerns. So, you know, if it's, for example, I want to go to the gym and exercise, oh, it's going to hurt, it's going to weigh, I'm going to be in pain tomorrow, I'm going to be the unfittest one there, I'm going to be sweaty, and all of the reasons that you've given yourself for not doing it. So to overcome them the first time, it will never take that much energy again. You'll only need that much energy to do it once, to make that choice. So that's the initial lift off. Now, as the rocket gets higher, it's still burning quite a lot of fuel in the early stages. So the second time you go to the gym, for example, it probably won't feel that much difference, but it might a little bit, even after one visit. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. And actually, you know, it was quite a friendly place. And you start to notice some of the benefits. And this is the key. You've got to pay attention to the benefits when you do the thing you didn't want to do. You have to find the benefits. This is really, really important for neurological change. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, I did ache a bit, but it was just nice seeing everybody, or I like the feeling afterwards, that sense of reward afterwards was really good. And so even within 2 or 3 visits to a gym, to stay with that analogy, you will feel different. But it's exactly the same. Let's say you're saying no to a cream cake, or you walk past a shop every day that sells chocolate and cake and you used to succumb, or a takeaway you used to have 3 times a week. The first time you decide not to have it, that takes the emotional energy. But then in terms of motivation, you've got liftoff, because it isn't as hard next time, providing you've paid attention to the benefits and how good it felt. Actually, yeah, I was going to have a takeaway, but you know what? I rooted around in the cupboard and I found some eggs and I found this and I whipped up an omelette, and I felt really good. And you've got to take a moment, especially after the first time, you've got to take a moment to go, That was a good decision. That was a good decision, and attach some emotional benefit to making that decision. And then when you sleep, and I've talked about this in previous videos, when you sleep, you save the information that had emotional attachment. So as you sleep, that gets uploaded, but it's only happened once. But then when you do it again, it goes, oh, okay, so I did it again and I made myself feel good. Even if you have to go, that felt really good. Don't wait for a good feeling to come along. Don't wait for a reward to go, oh yeah, that was really good. Generate it. And so then your brain goes, oh, okay, that's twice that's happened. And as you sleep, all of this starts to change. So you get to the point, back to our rocket analogy, whereas once our rocket gets into orbit, it's still, of course, using energy to circulate, but compared to the amount of energy that it needed to take off, it's negligible. So just get started. Do it once and acknowledge that is going to take effort. But after that, say to yourself, we have liftoff. And every time you do it, take a moment to go, that felt really good. Because you don't need motivation to do something that feels good. So, how can you apply that? This is neurological processing. This is how it works. But it only works for you when you put it into practice. So just take a moment. What is it you want to be more motivated to do? What do you need to say to yourself to do it once? And then what can you find in that activity that is a benefit and that you enjoy? Now, it might be that if you really don't enjoy it, let's say you want to start exercise and you go to the gym and you can't find any benefit, maybe you just hire a badminton court and go and play badminton with your mates. And then think, oh no, that was more fun because it was more social. Or maybe you want to learn a language and you think, well, if I go power walking and I listen to my Spanish lesson, that makes me feel good. I feel like I've killed two birds with one stone. So it's so important to attach benefits to doing the thing, whatever it is, even if it's just giving yourself an emotional pat on the back or your own high five, going, that feels good. So that when you sleep, you literally change your mind.